What up, y'all? It's your boy Barrett Raven here with Realty Austin in Austin, Texas. Today, I'm just gonna share a quick tip with y'all. It's kind of related to a video that I posted just like maybe a month or two ago about just like top 3 tips on working at home during quarantine. And just to recap, those were have a start time and a go home time, have a daily big 3, and time blocking. So making little appointments for yourself all throughout the day and just kind of scheduling your priorities. So today's tip is a little different, but it's kind of related to like productivity, working, especially working from home right now, but I honestly think you could use it anytime. And here's what it is. Have a workday startup ritual and have a workday shutdown ritual. This has been like a big problem with me, especially since I've been working from home. I start the day and I'm just kind of like, I sit down and I'm like, okay, let's start. Brrr, like answering texts, answering emails, making a to-do list, knocking out my calls, returning calls from the day before, or trying to get ahead of things. And I feel like I'm playing defense all the time and it just feels crazy. And then when I shut down for the day, usually what that looks like is work, keep working, calls, work, text, shut the computer, go out in the kitchen for dinner. And my brain is just like racing while I'm trying to focus on my family and the people who are really the most important to me. So what's been really important to me, and I can't tell you what your routine should be, but personally, I have a morning startup routine. Here's what that looks like for me. Do whatever you want. But for me, my workday startup ritual is I look at my calendar and make sure I know what appointments are happening that day, make sure I know what calls need to be made, and I'm scheduling my priorities. So I'm really doing my time blocking. The second thing I do is I set a daily voicemail every single day so that people know when I'm gonna call them back, but that probably doesn't apply to most people watching this. The third thing I do is I make my to-do list. So I have a planner and I make sure I know what's going on, I make sure I know what needs to be done, and I write it all down, my daily big 3 and all that stuff. The fourth thing I do is I have 10 minutes of quiet time, meditation and prayer. So I've got like a prayer journal, I have an app. You can use Insight Timer, the 1-minute pause app, or whatever you want. But anyway, I just have that time where I just breathe. So everything up until this point has just been focusing on getting my mind right and just like setting my intentions for the day. I have not even engaged with the world yet. The fifth thing I do is I do a text message sweep. So I just make sure everyone who's texted me since I shut down the day before, like I get back to them, I respond in some way. The next thing I do is I do what's called an email sweep, where I go in and I answer all the emails I can, and I just make sure that I get back to everybody, I delete all the trash, get set up with email for the day. And then the very last thing I do is I write a couple handwritten thank you cards, just sharing gratitude, just putting it out there into the world. So that's really important for me. Then I get started with the day. We have our daily team meeting and we're off to the races. Now, a lot of work happens between starting up and shutting down. So my workday shutdown routine is just kind of the opposite. So what I do is I stop every day at 5:30 and I sweep my text messages, make sure I've texted everybody back. I sweep my voicemails and missed calls, make sure everybody hears back from me. And then I sweep my email to make sure the email box is clean. Then I actually turn off the notifications for my text messaging and my phone, just so that I'm not distracted by it for the rest of the day. And then I actually sit for about 5 minutes on my couch over here, and I set my intentions for the day, and I tell myself verbally, like I say it out loud, work stays at work and home is at home. And I leave my work at work, and I just think about my family, I think about my wife and my 3 kids, and just what do they need from me right now? Do they need me to be exhausted and just kind of like limping into the kitchen after the long work day? No, what do they need from me? They need me to be caring, they need me to have energy, and they need me at my best. So I release tension and set intention. So something I learned from an audiobook I listened to recently. Anyway, I hope that helps. Really just have a workday startup routine and have a workday shutdown routine, and I promise you will get to dinner and you will not feel frantic and frazzled and your mind will not be racing. Follow these steps, it'll be good. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I could talk your ear off about this stuff, obviously. Holler if you have any questions. My info will be below this video, and I will see you sooner rather than later, I hope. Bye.